Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at something pretty fascinating, that intersection where high-end hospitality meets the digital convenience we all just expect now.
We do?
You asked us to look into the future of the hotel guest experience, and, well, it seems the old way of doing things is basically over.
Oh, it's absolutely over. We're so far beyond just, a hotel having free Wi-Fi. The sources we looked at show a complete rethinking of the guest journey.
Total rethink.
So our mission today is to dig past the cool features and really pull out the strategic thinking, the why and the how behind this big move to, well, super fast, personalized, and guest-controlled hotel stays.
Okay, let's get into that, because for, decades, the hotel rival was always the same. It was predictable and, let's be honest, often kind of annoying.
Right, yeah.
The core thing here is that the modern traveler, you expect everything to be as smooth as ordering an Uber or firing up Netflix. And when that expectation hits a queue at the front desk, something's got to give.
And that something is the friction. The whole point is to eliminate every single barrier between the guest arriving and, finally relaxing. The sources are really clear on this. The front desk is often the first point of contact, but it's also the first point of dissatisfaction.
Which brings us right to the first piece of tech that's solving this, and that's mobile check-in. This is really where the whole digital journey kicks off.
It is, and it's so much more than just signing a form on your phone. Mobile check-in is sort of the Trojan horse for the entire digital stay. It solves the immediate problem, the line, yes, but the real benefit for the hotel starts way before you even walk in the door.
So walk us through how it works, but also the feeling it gives the guest. Because I think skipping the line is the obvious win, but that sense of control is probably way more powerful.
The mechanism is pretty straightforward. You do the whole check-in, process ID verification, payment, room preferences. You do it all on your phone.
Before you even get there.
Exactly. This means you can just bypass the front desk entirely. You get to the hotel, you pull out your phone, which now has your digital key, and you go straight to your room.
That feels like the ultimate expression of agency, right? You're not waiting for permission to start your stay anymore. You are in charge of your own timeline. That's a huge psychological shift.
It is. And think about what that means for the hotel. When you check in early, you're giving them valuable data.
Oh, okay.
So if their system sees you're a returning guest who, say, asked for a foam pillow last time, they now have hours to make sure that pillow is in your room before you arrive. The arrival stops being a chore and becomes this opportunity to personalize.
That's a great way to put it. It's not just about speed. It's about using that pre-stay time to make the actual stay better. But let me push back on that a little. If you remove that interaction at the front desk, aren't you losing that high-touch service that premium hotels are known for?
That's a really critical point, and the sources talk about this tension. The best hotels, they don't get rid of staff, they just reallocate them. So instead of 5 people behind a counter checking paperwork,
Right, just typing away.
you have 5 highly trained guest service agents out in the lobby, ready to offer a warm welcome, answer a complex question, or just help with bags. You're shifting their jobs from transactions to relationships.
So the goal isn't to cut staff, it's to optimize them. Move them from boring, repetitive tasks to things that actually add value. I like that.
Exactly. The app handles the boring stuff. The human delivers the memorable moments that make you want to come back.
Okay, so we've established this frictionless arrival. You've walked right past the front desk. Now you're at your room door.
Right.
If you've just used your phone to control the entire arrival, that feeling of convenience has to continue. You can't suddenly enter a tech dead zone.
Absolutely not. That continuity is everything. Once you've used your digital key to just effortlessly open the door, you expect that same level of control inside. And that brings us to the smart room.
And this is where it gets really interesting, especially for anyone who has a smart home. A smart room now means you have total command over your environment. No more fumbling for light switches in the dark. We're talking about adjusting the lights, the color, the intensity, dialing in the air conditioning to the exact degree, opening and closing the curtains, controlling the TV, everything.
And it's all in one place, usually on a sleek little tablet by the bed, or even better, it's just built right back into the same hotel app you used for your key. No more trying to figure out 5 different remote controls.
Oh, that is a classic hotel frustration, isn't it? I can't tell you how many times I've had to call the front desk because I can't figure out how to turn one light off without plunging the whole room into darkness.
We've all been there. And the key is that familiarity. If you're used to using technology in your daily life, a smart room just feels intuitive. The sources really stress that this level of control makes the room feel deeply personal. You're not just setting the temperature, you're setting a mood.
Let's talk about the tech behind that for a second, because it's more than just a fancy tablet. What's making all this work so seamlessly?
It's all built on IoT, the Internet of Things. All the devices in the room, the lights, the thermostat, the curtains, they're all connected and talking to each other through a central hub.
So when you tap the screen,
The command goes through that hub to the specific device instantly. All that complexity is invisible to you. All you experience is immediate control.
that immediate control is obviously great for the guest, but again, let's look at the business side. What's the return on investment for the hotel, besides just having happier guests?
Well, the biggest unseen benefit is the data. Every time a guest changes a setting, they're creating a data point about their preferences.
Oh, yeah.
Over a few stays, the hotel starts to build this digital footprint of your perfect room environment.
So next time I check in, the system could already know I like the room at, say, 20 degrees Celsius with the curtains open when I arrive.
Exactly that. That data is absolute gold for building loyalty. And there's another thing, energy efficiency. When the system detects a room is empty, it can automatically turn the AC down. That saves the hotel real money, and it's all automated.
That makes the investment a lot easier to justify. It's not just a gimmick. It's an intelligence system that improves both guest comfort and the bottom line.
And if you connect it back to the staff, guests are now handling most of their own room preferences, which means fewer calls to the front desk for small things like, my room is too cold.
That all sounds like a complete win-win. But we have to talk about the flip side.
We do.
As much as we love tech, complicated tech is just frustrating. And the whole promise of convenience and speed just completely vanishes if the app glitches or the interface is confusing.
And that is the single most critical point we pulled from all the sources. The technology is amazing, but a badly designed digital key or a confusing smart room tablet can create way more anger than waiting in line ever did. You're just swapping old friction for new frustration.
And I think the frustration is higher because the tech promises simplicity. When it fails, the disappointment is just crushing. You go through all the trouble of checking in on the app just to end up back at the front desk anyway.
You've just negated the entire promise, and that's why the sources are so clear about usability. You can't assume everyone is a tech wizard. A seasoned business traveler might find it easy, but, an older guest might find it really intimidating. The tech has to work for everyone.
So the hotel's job doesn't end when the tech is installed. They have a huge responsibility for support and training.
A massive one. The user interface has to be incredibly simple. But beyond that, they need clear instructions. I'm talking about a simple, physical, step-by-step guide right there in the room, not buried in a PDF on the app.
And the staff, they have to be experts on this stuff, not just.
They have to be. Staff training has to shift. They need to become almost like Tier 1 tech support. If a guest's digital key isn't working, the person on the phone needs to know how to fix it fast. Not just say, I'm sorry, let me find someone.
Because if the staff aren't confident in the tech, the guest will feel that immediately.
And the frustration just multiplies. The cost of getting the execution wrong is way higher than the cost of the hardware itself. A guest who has a seamless stay will tell their friends. A guest who spends an hour locked out of their room.
They'll tell everyone. And they won't be back. It's a direct threat to revenue.
It is.
So what's the big picture here? We've talked about how hotels are using mobile check-in to create a smooth arrival and smart rooms to deliver this incredible in-room personalization.
The synthesis is that the industry is learning that control equals comfort. By giving you control over your arrival and control over your environment, they're removing all the little annoyances that get in the way. They're selling you an efficient, self-directed experience, not just a room with a bed.
And the final takeaway for you, the listener, is that this whole shift is driven by one thing: the desire for guest control. Every piece of new technology, from the digital key to the automated curtains, is about removing barriers and making your stay easier and more enjoyable. It's a move toward personalized, self-service luxury.
Which leaves us with a final thought to consider. We talked about that critical balance between tech and usability. So if a hotel invests a fortune in the most advanced smart technology, but they fail to make it truly intuitive and easy for everyone to use, are they just trading the old frustration of waiting in a line for the new, and maybe even worse, frustration of technology that doesn't work? Where is that sweet spot between innovation and simplicity?
A question that will probably define the next decade of hotel stays. That's all for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.